morning, everyone. Happy Friday. Today, we're going to start off our day with our writing piece. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to introduce the topic, go over the 2 sentence starters we are going to be using, and some ideas you can write about before we set up our writing paper. So our writing topic for today is, what is one thing you would like to share with your friends? So we haven't been in school in a long time, and I know some of you haven't seen some of your friends in a long time, except for either when we do our class Zoom meetings or our social hour. So I thought it'd be a good way in a writing prompt to tell what is one thing you would like to share with your friends. So we're going to be using 2 sentence starters. Our first sentence starter is, one thing I would like to share is, and if you have more than one thing that you would like to share, you can go and use our second sentence starter. Another thing I would like to share is, so I brainstormed some ideas of maybe some topics you'd like to share about with your friends. Maybe you've watched a good movie or TV show and you want to tell them about it, or maybe you want to tell them to watch it. Maybe you've been playing a specific game at home. Maybe some board games that you enjoy playing. Maybe some games on your tablet or your Xbox and you want to share those. Maybe you want to share something about your pet. I know some of you do have pets and that's something that you're really proud of and like to share with your classmates. Maybe you want to share something about your family. So maybe you and your family have been doing a lot of things together and you want to share with your friends one of your favorite things that you're doing with your family. Maybe you just want to tell them that you miss them, that you miss seeing them at school, you miss being in class with them. Or maybe you want to tell them a favorite activity that you have been doing. Maybe you've been going outside and enjoying the beautiful weather and maybe playing soccer or going for a walk or going for a bike ride. So today for our writing prompt, we're going to be writing about one thing you would like to share with your friends, and it can be more than one thing. It could be 2 things you want to share, 3 things you want to share. Whatever you want to share with your friends, you're going to write about. So materials that you are going to need to complete this writing activity is in your packet. Your second packet, you're going to get the writing paper. You're also going to need a pencil, and you're also going to need crayons, markers, or colored pencils so we can complete the top part. So I'm going to go over the materials again. You're going to need a piece of writing paper from your second packet, so the packet that we have been using, a pencil to do our writing below, and then either crayons, pencils, or colored pencils for our drawing up top. If you need a little bit of extra time gathering those materials together, then you can pause the video here, and then when you have all the materials in front of you, you can press play again. So now what we're going to do is we're going to set up our paper with our sentence starters, but before you complete the rest on your own. So the first thing we're going to do is with our pencil, we're going to put our first and last name where it says name. So as I write my first and my last name on your paper, you're going to do the same. Now what we're going to do is we're going to set up our paper with 2 sentence starters. Our first sentence starter is we're going to start, one thing I would like to share is, and we're going to write that here, okay? So I'm going to start by copying, one thing I would like to share is. So what you might want to do is pause the video so you can see the sentence starter to put this on your paper, okay? So we're going to set up by writing that sentence starter on our paper. So I'm going to start here, making sure I start with a capital letter. Remember, the first letter in our sentence is going to be a capital. We're going to have spaces in between our words and making sure that we always end our sentence with a period to make it a complete sentence. So here I go writing our sentence starter. One thing I would like to share is, so one thing I would like to share is. So I copied my sentence starter. One thing I would like to share is. So remember, it might be better for you to pause the video so you can write and take your time with this sentence starter. And then once you have that sentence starter completed, you could always press play on the video so then we can set up our second sentence starter. So now that I have my first sentence starter written on my paper, I'm going to skip about 3 lines. So 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to begin my sentence starter here on the 4th line. So I have my first one written. I'm going to skip 3 lines, 1, 2, 3, and begin writing my second sentence starter, which is another thing I would like to share is, and I'm going to get that on my paper. Remember, if you have to pause the video here, you can do so. That way you can begin writing it on your paper. So I'm going to start with another thing I would like to share. And remember, when you run out of room, you're not smushing it, you're just moving back to your next line to finish. So another thing I would like to share is, and then we're going to write it. So right now, I have you both set up for both of your sentence starters. Your first sentence starter, one thing I would like to share is, and you can write something. And your second sentence starter, another thing I would like to share is, and you'll write about it. I'm going to move my paper so that way if you have to pause the video to copy these 2 sentence starters, you will be able to. Remember, these are some ideas at the bottom that you can write about to share with your friends. Maybe you've watched a movie or a TV show that you would like to share. Maybe about a game that you've been playing, a board game, a game on your tablet, a game on your Xbox or PlayStation. Maybe you want to tell them about the pets. Maybe you want to share something about your family, or just that you simply miss them and hanging with them and seeing them every day at school, or a favorite activity that you have. So right now, on your own, after you end the video, you're going to complete both sentence starters by filling in something that you would like to share with them. After you're done completing both of the sentence starters, you're going to draw your pictures above, which represent both of your sentences. And then what I would like you to do is send me a picture of you and your work. And then I would like to post these on Google Classroom so then your friends can go and read your responses on Tuesday. So if you remember, have an adult or an older sibling or somebody send me a picture of this with you holding it. That way, then I can share this on our Google Classroom so then you can view what everybody wants to share with each other. So that is going to be it for writing today. And after you're done with writing, you're going to then watch our video on math. So then it will be time for math after writing. So I will see you all back in math.